It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, and I help you make more sales with less effort. And I'm so excited to be here with you today because this is episode number 4 of 4 episodes where we're just helping people really connect with their prospects and be able to speak their language. See, the challenge, the biggest objection, one of the obstacles that folks are trying to overcome really is, Shay, how do I connect? How do I speak to the person in their language? And you know what I always ask? What is their language? You say, well, I don't know. Okay, I said, okay, well, what type of personality do they have? What's the profile of the prospect from a sales perspective? And in many cases, they give me a look like, or like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm talking to one young lady. She's like, I have no idea, Shay. And I wasn't being funny. I was just curious, like, do you know the personality type of the prospects you're speaking with? Because that could be an obstacle. Like, you could be saying the same thing to everybody you meet. And why would you do that? Because you're thinking that sales is a numbers game. We've been taught that. I know I was taught that when I first started. Sales is a numbers game. And in fact, that's not the case anymore. Let me give you the Shay Brown remix version if I can. Sales, jot this in your notes. Sales, jot this in your notes. Sales, please hit the share button. Hit the share button and type this. Just type this. Hit the share button right now and just type this. Sales is a service game. Serve others, make more sales. Sales is a service game. We want to service the other person by solving a problem. And the only way to do that in many cases, or an easier way, see, there's a hard way and there's an easy way. There's a hard way and there's an easy way, is to use personality-based sales to understand the type of prospect they are. Now, there are 4 personalities. I've already talked about the conductor. Where are you? Oh, you're at Revenue Talks. Hey, welcome, by the way. I guess I should have said that, by the way. Welcome, all of you, to Revenue Talks. I'm excited to have you here because we talk about generating revenue. But today I'm going to teach you 3 ways to define the person you're speaking to so you know what type of personality they are. Number 2, for you to be able to then learn how to spot the person you're speaking to. And then number 3, how to sell to that person. But I didn't just make this up by osmosis. I wasn't sitting around drinking some water. Hope you don't mind for drinking some water. I wasn't sitting around drinking some water, and a thought just hit me. No, I identified the problem. And the problem I had is that I had been taught just to go out there and try to talk to as many people as possible. And to me, that was like playing a lottery. And it's okay to play lottery. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But I was leaving it to chance. And I would ask myself when I was talking to the person, sometimes I would feel stressful. Have you ever felt stressful? Like so much stress when you're talking to someone? Not because you have to sell them, but because you're like, I know what to say. I'm a natural. Normally I get along, but I just not sure that they understand what I'm saying. But I'm saying the same thing I've been saying to everybody else, and hopefully it connects with them. And if that's you and you felt stressed, then I get it. On the other hand, the other way I was feeling was, should I say what I said last time or should I not? The last couple of times it worked. And then another couple of times it didn't work. So sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Sometimes it landed, sometimes it didn't. But it never dawned on me to try to define who I was speaking to, what type of personality they had, because they are my ideal client. I don't want to come across as salesy. I want to communicate with them. But there was this big question. The big question was how? How? And I just didn't know. So I said, let me go find out. And so I went out and I started studying some of the sales millionaires. Sales millionaires are folks in the top 1% of sales in the industry. Now, sales is still the highest paid industry in the world. These individuals earn over $500,000 a year based on commission sales. That's a lot of money. So they may know something. So I said, okay, let me go find them. Let me read about them. Let me read their bios. Let me read their books. Let me study them. Let me talk to some folks that are doing that. And then I went to the other side, to the academic side, because I wasn't wired this way. I wasn't born this way. When I got started in 2004, I fell flat on my face because I didn't know what I was doing. Although I had the right passion. So I then talked to the academics. These are the doctors in psychology. They study human behavior. They study peak performers. They study language patterns. They get connected to why people do what they do and what motivates them. And I noticed that they had assessments, they had tests, they had tried and true methods to get this person's psychology and understand them. But when I tried to connect it to what I was doing, which was sales, it wasn't quite there. Like, they were over here, and I know one book, maybe you read the book, it's a great book, The Love Languages. And I shared a story earlier. I don't know if you were around for episode number 1 when I talked about the conductor. And if you missed the conductor, or you missed the rock star, or you missed the episode on the architect, and you need to hear it again and again and again, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now. Like, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to send those episodes to you. I'm going to find a way to get those episodes to you so you can have it right here, baby, on your phone, on your computer, on your iPad, but it's going to be mobile. And that's my gift to you. Hit the subscribe button. And if you're ready to really take what you're doing and you want to understand personality-based sales, you're going to step outside your comfort zone. If that's you, go and hit the share button below. Hit the share button. And I'm going to track this. Hit the share button and type hashtag sales courage. You go and type that, hashtag sales courage. Hashtag sales courage. Go ahead and type that right now. Like, do it right now. All right, so back to what I was talking about, love language. I had a conversation earlier in one of the episodes. I talked about someone who knew love languages. And they said, I speak the person's love language. I said, wow. In a relationship, I'd want to do the same thing. I'm glad you learned that. I said, but what about the sales language? What about the personality of the prospect? So it didn't exist. So I went out and I said, you know what? There's a problem. People do want to connect. They do want to collaborate. They do want to close deals. I call those a sales conversation. They're the 3 C's of a sales conversation. Connect, collaborate, close. 3 easy C's. So I created, based on all the research, based on all the knowledge from the experts and all the folks who were in the field every day like you and I selling, I brought it all together, and there was this power that came. And there was this understanding, and there was this depth of knowledge. And I said, whoa, this is the recipe. And I'm going to share the 4th one with you, because I know it's going to help you make more sales with less effort. I know your conversations will be briefer. I know you have more clarity. I know you go after large accounts. I know you have fun. I know it'll be easy. I know selling will be effortless. Your conversations are going to be so much fun and less stress when you understand the personality of the prospect you're speaking to. And I'm so thankful for Revenue Talks. I'm so thankful for the Black CEO Broadcast Network allowing us to broadcast this out. It's an honor, it's a privilege to be here to serve you, the entrepreneur. You the speaker, you the author, you the coach, maybe you're a consultant, or maybe you're someone that has an interest in personal development, but you're here. You know what? You showed up. And part of life is just showing up. So I'm excited. So let's talk about today 1, 2, 3, number 4. There's some bonuses, but let's just talk about number 4, personality type prospects. Go ahead and jot this down in your notes. I'm going to take this. I'm going to share with you how to define them, how to spot them, and then how to sell to them. Number 4, woo, the wizard. That's right, the wizard. Go ahead and jot that down in your notes. If you're taking notes, let me hit this over here. There we go. If you're taking notes, go ahead and jot down the wizard. Yeah, don't you just love that? The wizard. Now, the wizard is a little different than the conductor. Da-ra, shay. The wizard is a little bit different than the rock star. Da-ra, shay. Da-ra. The wizard is a little different than the architect. I'm feeling you, Shay. You're up my alley now. The wizard is a little bit different than everybody. And why wouldn't it be? because everybody's different than everybody, right? Everyone has their own difference, their own way of doing things. So let's talk about, now in the time that I have, let's talk about how we can define the wizard. Like, how do we know that we're talking to the wizard? You gotta like these tabs there. I want to give a shout out to the team. They do a great job of putting this together and really helping me take what's in here and visualize it and explain it with you that's out there. So thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Without you, there is no us. So I'm so appreciative of you. I really am. Okay. Here's what I want you to put in your notes. And we're going to define who the wizard is. The wizard loves data. I mean, they love data. They love facts. I'm going to tell you right now. They love figures. When I say love, look, I was talking to someone recently and we were talking about our stream business makeover, but our Fast Sales Now program, which is a way that you and I can stay in this conversation. And they were asking all type of questions like, how long has it been going on? What's been important? What's been the show rate? The show rate? You mean how many people show up for the group coaching call? Like, how many people ask that question? But they love facts and data. So one of the ways we define them is someone who loves facts and data. Then you know you're talking to a wizard. But this is most important. Let me just share a story. It wasn't my client. It was a client that I was working with who was trying to close a deal. And the deal would have put $5,000 in their pocket. And that's the commission they would make on the deal. And they said, Shay, I've been talking to this person 10 plus times. And they haven't really made a decision. And they were wondering, should I follow up? Should I not follow up? Should I follow up? Should I not follow up? And I said, I don't think it's in the follow-up. Can we take a moment, if it's okay with you? Because your frustration is coming because they're not really moving. They're not taking action. They're taking little teeny steps, but they're not taking the big step. Is that what I'm hearing? I said, yeah. Can you tell me a little about this client? And so we talked about the information they sent them, facts and data. We talked about some of the clients they connected them with so they can hear how they solved the problem. Again, they wanted to get into the details. I said, I believe we're talking to a wizard. Everything you're telling me is the profile of this prospect is a wizard the majority of the time. So let me share something about a wizard that you may not know. And I shared this nugget with her, and you may not know it as well, but it really made a difference for her. And just this one idea, please put this in your notes. Wizards don't make decisions quickly. They just don't. And as I was sharing this with her, she said, Shay, I never thought about that. I said, no, it's true. She said, no, Shay, I never thought about that. I said, well, it's true. She said, Shay, I never thought about that. Well, maybe whether you thought about it or not doesn't matter. It's true. And as a result, she went on to get that deal. That deal took another 5 months. Now, for $5,000, I mean, like, Shay, I would stick around for $5,000. I mean, it didn't suck up a lot of her time. But once she put it into a category, once she went away from trying to push or persuade or just try to encourage the person, and she let the process work. One of the things I like to teach is this, and put this in your notes. Don't become concerned when a natural part of the sales process happens. A natural part of the sales process is sometimes results take as long as results take. Let me say that again. Results take as long as results take. And we've got to hang in there. And we got to understand who we're talking to. Does that mean everybody makes decisions slowly? No. Were they making decisions slowly? No. But they were doing this. This is still the definition, but I want you to get this because she didn't have this distinction. And it's possible I may have helped that person for the rest of their life because she at least now understands the 4 personality types. And it helps her communicate. It helps her connect. It helps her be a collaborator. Yes, it does help her close more deals with less effort. And isn't that what you really want? Like, really, at the end of the day, don't you want to close more deals? But here's what I want you to know. They care about thoroughly vetting and understanding their options. See, the other person was talking to 3 other coaches. Now, I don't know many people that talk to 3 coaches at one time. But some coaches were offering larger packages, some offering smaller packages. And so she wanted to take the person through the vetting process. Why do it now? What's the return? What's the likelihood of it happening? And maybe you're that way. Maybe as I'm talking, and I've talked about the rock star, and I've talked about the conductor, and I've talked about the architect and the wizard, maybe you've seen yourself as one of those four. Maybe it's a combination of all four. It doesn't really matter. What matters in this case is that you at least have an understanding. You now know what you didn't know. And I'm so thankful for Revenue Talks. I'm so thankful we can have this sales conversation. And I'm really thankful for you showing up. Really, I am. I'm just so grateful. I love sharing this information. I love sharing this knowledge. And I'm wired to help entrepreneurs really do this with less effort, reduce their stress, have more success, have more happiness, and find more freedom to really go do the things they really, really want to do. So Shay, talk to me. Shay, talk to me. How do I spot them? Good question. One is they're concerned about facts rather than emotions. We talked earlier about the rock star and architect. They are concerned about the emotions, not the wizards. Not that they don't care. That's not the most important piece. They do care. They are emotional. But in the decision-making process, they're more interested in understanding the why. Like the why and the how and the likelihood. Jot that down in your notes. The why, the how, and the likelihood of them getting the value. You see, you start with the why. And I believe that the Simon Sinek had that book, Start With Why. I believe that's so true. That gets you people motivated. It gets to their psychology. It helps them get going. It's a good marketing message. But when you have to identify and you have to connect and you have to collaborate, you have to close in a sales conversation, you move from the big why to the big value. So you'll find the architect will be more serious. They'll be more formal. They may not be chatty. They may not want to know about your family. The rock star wants to know about your family. The architect is concerned. The conductor just wants to make sure you don't waste their time. You get to the bottom line. But the wizard, no. Things are going to be a little more formal. Not that it's a business transaction. That's not it. It's just what they feel. It's how they make their buy-in decisions. Also, you'll find with the architect, and how do you sell to the wizard, you got to be prepared for a longer sales process. I mentioned that earlier. It's going to be a longer process. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It just is what it is, but the process will be longer. It may not be brief. So, okay, we've defined them. They're like facts and data. We define them. They're going to be a little bit formal. We know how to spot them. Got it. So we'll recognize them when we see them. We know the process is going to be a little longer. Got it, Shay. Got it. I didn't know this, Shay. Don't worry. You're not alone. I didn't know this either. And many people didn't know. But now you know what you didn't know, at least on a subconscious level. So how do you sell to them? Good question. Assume they are prepared. That's number one. You've got to recognize they've done their homework. They showed up. They know exactly what you know, or what they can find on the internet, what they can find from their research, and what they can find talking to other folks. See, they already know that. That's the key. So Shay, why would they talk to me? Why me, Shay? Why? Why me, Shay? Why now? Why my company? You know why? Because there's one thing they can't research. There's one piece they can't get from anyone else. There's one ingredient that only God has blessed you with. The man upstairs is giving you this. Only you have this. You have this. Do you want to know what it is? Ha ha! I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you're here. They want your perspective on the possibilities and your logic to why. I'm going to give you two. This is a little advanced. I normally say this only for our neural linguistic sales training sessions, but I'm sensing today that this is going to help you. So let me step back on the wizard and let me define them, because the wizards, people sometimes get concerned about facts and data, and that's not the point, or they're already prepared. They know so much. Why? They need your perspective on what's going on. And it needs your logic to why it will become a reality. Only you can deliver that, especially if you're having a conversation. Only you. So how do you sell? You be prepared. Another way you sell to them, and this is important. I see this missed. I didn't do this. You got to give them as much detail as possible. They're detail-oriented. They're going to need as much information and as much detail as you possibly can give them. See, when you do that, then now they have the information they need that might have been the missing piece. Now, you're okay, Shay, I got it. I know how to define them. I know how to spot them. I know how to sell to them. Talk to me about how to interact with them. Like, what's some ideas, what's some clues, what's some best practices of the sales millionaires? These folks are in the top 1% of the sales industry. They earn over $500,000 a year in commission sales. Who are these people, Shay? What are they doing? What are they saying? How are they interacting? Talk to me. And I am. I brought a bonus. I was talking to Trevor, and I'm like, you know what? He's like, Shay, you've got to do this. You've got to show this to them, and you've got to give them the interactive part. I said, I don't have to do that. No, they need it. It's missing. Release it. Just give it away. So I'm going to do it. This is for you, Trevor. This is for you. Let me flip the board over. He wanted it. And now you have it. You made it. There are 4 episodes. You might just be landing. Oh, there you go. You might just be landing at episode number 4. You just got here, and we're talking about the wizard. And you may have missed episode 1, the conductors, episode 2, the rock stars, episode 3, the architect. We're at number 4 because there's 4 personality types that we've got to interact with at any given moment in time. You may have missed that. If that's you, hit the subscribe button right now. If that's you, claim your free gift. I'm going to send those episodes to you and so much more. And I can't wait to deliver it. It's my gift to you as part of the Giver's Economy. I'm excited. I'm just thrilled to be here of what this will do to you because I know what it's going to do for you. It's going to change your life. This is a game changer, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's talk about some ways, if we can, that we're going to be able to interact with the architect, because this is going to be important. Number 1, we interact with the wizard, there are some things that you have to do. First, you have to get it right. You cannot, make sure you guys can still see me. Someone sent me a note saying, architect, they're saying they're having a hard time seeing me, so I just want to make sure you guys can see me. If you can't see me, let me know. Someone just sent me a note saying, Shay, I can't see you, but I'm hoping that you can see me. If you can't, let me know, because that would be a bigger problem, right? Okay, so there's a couple things you got to do. Number 1 is you have to get it right. You have to get right to the point immediately. Whether the facts are, whether the numbers are, you got to get right to the point. And when you get to the point, you got to ask questions. Did they understand the points? Did they understand the logic? Did they understand how the math worked? Did they understand how you reached that conclusion? And in many cases, you have to change your voice rate. Just like listening to an audio book. This morning I ran 13.1 miles. Part of my training for a marathon. I actually have my run shirt on today. This is no shirt I ran in. And as I was out there, one of the things I was thinking is that we've got to ask questions to clarify what we're talking about so the person clearly gets it. Not just do you understand, did you hear me, but do you agree that if this happens, this should be the result in this amount of time? But we've got to change our voice rate. What I noticed while I was running, while I was listening to audible books, is they speak at a much slower pace. And they do that so you can grasp the idea. You can hear it. And when you're speaking to a wizard, unlike the conductor, who you don't want to waste their time, you got to get to the bottom line. Unlike the rock star who has to feel you emotionally and connect with you. Unlike the architect who has to believe that you're on their side, that they have to feel important and they have to get the big picture, the wizard, they've got to hear you, hear your tone, and then connect it to what they just saw. It's a little advanced, but it's so true. And it can help you. It really can. And you have to let the wizard know, jot this third one down in your notes, you've got to let the wizard know that they're in control. That's important. They've got to feel like they're in control as they maintain their interests in what you're talking about. And that's important. We know there's 4 personality types. We know we're talking about the wizard now. We know what they have to do. We know what we have to do. We know the questions we have to ask. We're in such a better position than we were before. But there are a couple of bonus ideas that I just wanted to share with you. Just wanted to share with you as we close up personality number 4, the wizard. Revenue talks is the conversation we're having around sales conversations, how to connect, how to collaborate, and more importantly, my friend, you're with me now, you've been with me, we're friends. But more importantly, close. That's right. Solve a problem. People will pay you today if you help them solve the problem today. Solve big problems, get paid big money. But be a person of service. So how can I take these 4 personalities, say, how can I interact with all 4 of them? What do I need to understand? Give me something advanced. Okay, I'll give you something advanced real quick. Number 1 is understand that the prospect will be a mix of types. Their personality may change from where you started, which is fine, to when they get to the end, when they're about to sign the contract. Maybe they start off as a conductor, things slow down. Now they're in a place and they're like, you know what? I really do want it. I really do want to make sure that I understand. That might be you. Okay, so that's bonus number 1. We've got to understand they may be a mix. Got it, Shay. Got it. I'm with you all the way. Number two, and this is something that I don't want you to forget. I want you to maintain this, and I want you to write this down in your notes. And if you're out there right now, just hit the share button. Hit the share button right below. Hit the share button right below. And put down #SalesCourage. If you're going to step out your comfort zone, you're going to have the courage. You're going to play at a whole nother level. You're going to raise your standards. Put down #SalesCourage. Just hit the share button and type #SalesCourage. Here's the next bonus. Don't forget this. Tailor your conversation to fit any situation. So you're going to tailor your conversation to fit the personality of the person that you are speaking with. And if you do that, you'll be right there. If you do that, you would have tapped into their big why. If you do that, you're going to have this big smile on your face. You're going to start with a smiley face because you found out their why. You delivered value and you end with a big why. And now you've done exactly what you want to know. I want you to know that I really appreciate you. I appreciate all you're doing, appreciate your talents, your treasures, and your time today. There's only 1,440 minutes in every day, and we're spending this precious minutes right now, you and I connecting. Hit the subscribe button right there. Hit the subscribe button. Do that now, and let's connect. Make sure you claim your free gift. We got some good goodies for you. But above all, remember that you have so much potential inside you. You have so much greatness inside you that this, and we have in this conversation, that this is your moment. This is your time. You are the one that was called to do exactly what you're doing, and I believe in you. And no matter where you are in your business cycle, no matter where you are in your life cycle, no matter what challenges you're going through or what successes you've had, I know that the best is yet to come for you. I believe the best is yet to come for you. And even if you don't believe it, even if right now as you listen to me, you're watching me right now, you say, Shay Brown, I just don't know. Shay Brown, I just don't know. I want you to wake up every single morning. And when you look in that mirror, I want you to tell yourself that Shay Brown, that's me, Shay Brown, I'm going to hold this belief for you. I'm going to hold this belief for you. Because sometimes you need someone else to believe in you before you can believe in yourself. So you tell yourself, Shay Brown holds the belief for me. Shay Brown holds the belief for me. Shay Brown holds the belief for me because I believe the best is yet to come. With that being said, I want to encourage you to always be humble. Be ready to serve. Be ready to help. Be ready to give your talents. Number two, I want you to always be learning. Stay hungry. When do you stop learning? You never stop learning. And number three, you got to always be hustling. You got to be giving your best. You better your best every single day. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good gets better and your best becomes your best. You do that and you will be successful. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown, the sales cardiologist. Make it a great day, everyone. And we're going to make some good things happen. We connect again next time. I'll see you soon. God bless.